Hey everyone, DVRT Master Trainer Cory Cripe and owner of Fitness Lying Down here in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Today I want to talk to you about something extremely exciting. Drum roll please. Arc presses. Now you might be thinking, arc presses, what's an arc press? And maybe you've seen some of this stuff on the interwebs when we're demonstrating these various movements that are given to us by DVRT. The thing about the arc press that I find to be the most exciting is this is a great entry-level way to teach people how to properly overhead press. Now what I mean by that is it just seems like, well, if I just grab the weight and press it overhead, that's enough, right? Well, actually, no, it is not. So I want to make sure, number one, that my feet are planted in the ground. Find me in this half-kneeling position. This is where I like to start a lot of people off with because I don't have to go too heavy with the load. And now their feet are going to be very important because if their feet start letting go, things are going to go awry in the body, and that's going to result in a not successful arc press. So I need to make sure that as I'm holding this foot down, if I came up behind you and I tried to pick this back foot up off the ground, that's going to be you setting that down. Now notice just what happened to my hips. I went right into a good alignment here, a neutral hip here, providing for a really awesome plank, a strong plank. So setting up there. And now the hands. The hands are equally as important when it comes to our overhead press. If I'm holding on to something and I don't have that death grip, that kung fu death grip, that's going to immediately go up into my shoulders. So as I'm pressing overhead, if I'm loose here, everything is just going to follow suit, shoulders are going to come up, and that's going to become too impinged upon. So I don't want that to happen. When I press, I want to make sure those shoulders stay down. So my hands and my feet really dictate my shoulders' health in an overhead press. So the great thing about doing that arc press is as I grab on and I create my own handles on the bag. What I don't want to do is I don't want to smush the bag. I want to break that bag apart. So you notice as I do that, watch how my shoulders are already packed down. So I'm keeping that break apart mentality. Now the number one thing is this outside hand, my right hand, needs to stay outside the shoulder as I draw a straight line up. The biggest mistake I find is that people, when they come up, they come in too early, and all of a sudden I get that shoulder jacked up to my ear. So if I can hold myself down, hold that floor down, draw that straight line as I guide the bag up over the crown of the head, and now this becomes a vertical pull. So I don't want to just let the bag fall from the sky. I need to physically pull it down. Notice how the hand stays outside my shoulder, as then I bring it back in nice and tight. So I don't want to end here and go right back up, because as you notice, that's already going to result in my shoulders elevated. So I want to hold that bag in tight to begin. Follow that line straight up, over the crown of the head, making sure there's no movement. So those feet are going to help keep me stable as I go. You'll notice that single arm press, that allows people the ability to learn how to press, and I'm guiding the bag with the inside hand. So we can set up so many different people in the beginning process of learning how to press overhead, not using the arms and shoulders so much, but really focusing on those hands, feet, and everything else in the middle. You're welcome.